Can you all see us and hear us?
Perfect.
Jay, you're beginning to convince the American people there is a thing called climate crisis. About time.
Indeed.
Well, thank you all for being here. I'm going to make a brief statement here, and then we'll get to ask the Vice President to say a few words, get to some questions, and we'll get down to business, if that's okay with you all. 1 month ago, we convened the first of what will be a regular presidential briefing on wildfire preparedness. And we were joined by many of the governors who are with us today, as well as experts from across the administration and leaders from the electric utility sector. I said then that the threat of western wildfires this year was as severe as it's ever been. And in the past month, we've sadly seen the truth of that being played out. Since our last meeting, the number of large, uncontained wildfires has nearly doubled to 66 of those fires. The number of firefighters on the job to battle them has tripled. Over 3.4 million acres have already burned. In Oregon, the bootleg fire has destroyed more than 400 structures, including more than 160 homes. In California, the Dixie Fire has grown to over 220,000 acres, and our firefighters are working in really rugged and dangerous conditions and terrain. The number of states are experiencing the impacts of smoke from these fires, degrading their air quality, not just where the fires are burning, but all the states moving east, not all, but most. In short, we've got a big, complex wildfires burning across multiple areas, and despite the incredible, and this is not being solicitous, the incredible bravery and heroism of our firefighters, our resources are already being stretched to keep up. We need more help, particularly when we also factor in additional nationwide challenges of pandemic-related supply chain disruptions and our ongoing efforts to fight COVID. We've had a few COVID clusters at our fire camps, which have further limits resources. It's just one more reason why it's so darn important that everyone get vaccinated, I might add. Sadly, we've also lost 2 brave firefighters in the last month in a plane crash in Arizona, and 5 were seriously injured last week battling Devil's Creek fire in Montana. To state the obvious, and you governors know better than anybody, it is really, really dangerous work. And it takes incredible bravery to do it. And these heroes deserve to be paid, and paid well, for their work. That's why last month I was able to announce, and it's not paying that well in my view, to be honest with you, immediate action to make all federal firefighters making at least $15 an hour. I think they deserve more than that. We're also working with Congress to make sure that our firefighters are paid better permanently. So far, FEMA has approved 20 fire management assistance grants totaling up to $100 million to help states pay for the cost of fighting these fires. We're also working with FEMA and the Defense Logistical Agency to get ahead of this emergency supply chain challenges, and we still have some supply chain challenges relating to hoses and a number of other things. We've tapped additional aircraft from the Department of Defense to aid in the fire detection and firefighting. We also welcome the support of our allies from Australia, for example, sending large air tanker to which it's going to begin flying missions this week. And last month, I also noted that the EPA would be launching an upgrade app for mobile phones to easily share location-specific information with the public about the effects of fire and smoke and air quality for them. It's now even more important because smoke from many of these fires burning in the West and along the Canadian border is affecting air quality in states across the country. As of today, the Upgrade Air Now app is live and ready for use. Folks in affected areas should download this important tool as quickly as possible. I also encourage our states and county leaders to continue partnering with FEMA, as many of the leaders on the scene today are leveraging our public alert and warning systems to communicate information directly and quickly about to the public about wildfires, evacuations, power outages, and more. I know several of the governor's states have used the system recently and send warnings of evacuation orders, and it has undoubtedly helped people, and we don't know for certain, but likely saved some lives. But we're in for a long fight yet this year, and the only way we're going to meet those challenges is by working together. Wildfires are a problem for all of us, and we have to stay closely coordinated and doing everything we can for our people. That's why I asked the governors to join us, Democrats and Republicans alike, so they can update me and the Vice President directly on what they need and what we can possibly do more of. And so we can discuss what's needed today to meet an urgent danger at hand, a plan for what we can do to make sure we're better prepared next time. One of the important aspects of the bipartisan infrastructure deal that is before the Senate now is that it includes billions of dollars to strengthen wildfire preparedness, resilience, and response. It includes funding for prevention efforts like forest management and to restore millions of acres of high-risk areas to protect homes and public water sources for drinking. And, and overlaying all of this is the necessity to successfully confront climate change. We have some significant changes we're making in these two pieces of legislation that, God willing, will pass in the next month or so. But we can't ignore how the overlapping and intertwined factors of extreme heat, prolonged drought, and supercharged wildfire conditions are affecting the country. And so this is a challenge that demands our urgent action, both today and, as you all know better than anyone else in the country, not just today, but tomorrow, next year, and the year after. And so I want to thank you, governors, for your leadership during what is an incredibly challenging period for all of you. God love you. You're going through anyway.